everybody, welcome back, boys and girls, my best friends, my crypto family. Hope you guys are doing all right. If you are watching this on the rerun, on the posted video, then I would suggest coming down to the channel, hitting the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you know exactly when I am streaming live. This will allow you to be present in the live stream. There's a chat, you can ask your questions, meet some people, help the community grow. And speaking of which, helping the community grow also can be done by hitting those like buttons, guys. It's not that I want to make big money off of YouTube, but number one, seeing more likes is going to help the algorithm push the content a little more forward, so we get more viewers and more community to talk with. And also it warms my heart, so you know, it's a double win if you make that little click right now. We're all here, of course, for the same thing. I'm sorry. Looking at the Bitcoin chart. So yeah, yesterday I wasn't here. 2 days ago, I made a little bit of a prediction, not a prediction, an analysis stuck between two ranges and what will happen if one happens, what will happen if the other happens. You know, it's not like I have a crystal ball. It's just, you know, you can read the ranges, and then you need time to allow the charts and the price to decide which way to go. But once it passes a certain threshold, then you know exactly what the next step is going to be. And this is what we're going to talk about. So if you like this kind of content, if you want to learn more about how to do these things yourself, then I suggest just following this channel. I do not make predictions. I don't do that. But what I do is just show you how I do my analysis and how I start to use this kind of analysis to think about strategies and how I set myself up few steps ahead so I know exactly what to do when it happens. So if this is something that you want to know, then grab your drink, sit back, and we're going to dive into this thing together. Yes. All right, let's do that thing. So 2 days ago, we were somewhere around here at this area over here. So what was the conclusion? We were stuck between two ranges, the red box on top, the yellow box below, and then the red box at the bottom. Of course, everything below was considered one big range. The yellow one could be just a little bit of a cushion to help the price get pushed up again. The red one would just, you know, mean more sideways, a little bit of hesitation, and then, you know, we need to reanalyze the things as they progress. The red box, on the other hand, above, was very easy to read. Rejecting the red box and breaking down, making a lower low, would confirm a bearish divergence, and this is where we would see the thing crumble down like a crumb cake. Now, it didn't happen. What happened was actually that the price kept pushing up, breaking above the red box, giving us a nice confirmation that continuation is at order. And what did I say? Don't jump on the train as it leaves the station. Maybe take a little bit of a breakout trade and get out as soon as you see some hesitation. But if you missed it, don't worry, because price will come down again. Find some support, and this would be your opportunity to get in. Okay, so why is this an opportunity, and what does confirm this on the chart? Well, it's very easy. We have a local low being printed here on the RSI. We have another local low being printed here on the RSI. Another one being printed here on the RSI. And this one as well over here. Now, all these lows compared to the next one are actually much lower, so this one is a higher low. But when looking at the RSI, we see that this is actually a lower low, and it's a series of 1, 2, 3 lower lows. So on the price action, this would be 1, not this one, 2, and 3. So this is a very, very nice confirmation that a bullish divergence is going to be played out. Now, the last and final confirmation that we could be waiting for could be actually price breaking this area, or even better, this one, together with the RSI being broken like this. Okay, so for now, if you're not in a long position yet, don't worry, you can start entering a little bit. Maybe price will be pushed down to the next area of support, being here on the huge volume node. And if you really, really, really want to play it safe, then we can wait for price to break any of these levels and take again the breakout trade. Remember, taking breakout trades, you really need to be very strict about taking your profit. Okay, don't stay in a breakout trade. If you want to take a trade and keep it for a longer period, then you need to try and get it on the way down. Okay, again, don't invest too much, don't go big on your portfolio, and especially don't make too much of a high leverage, because higher leverage gives you less wiggle room. Price could come down here and it could bounce. It could also come a little bit lower and bounce over here. Perfectly possible. So what are we going to do? We are going to remove all these things, and we are going to start looking for new ranges and areas to be respected, so that we know exactly when to get out of a trade if it really, really goes south. Okay, and you need to be prepared for any possibility. It's not that I'm expecting this thing to go south, but never say never when playing these games. That's the most risky way to trade, and this is the direct train to Rex City, and we all want to avoid this one. So which local lows do we want to look for? Actually, it's not very difficult. There's the one, it's this one over here, and the local highs, it will be this one over here. Those are the ones that I really, really want to focus on right now in the short term. So let's do it. Let's start with the low and just get this thing over with. So on the RSI, we are reading 32.5. So again, I will use the reverse RSI calculator. I fill out the RSI level, first check the box, and what does this give us? It gives us a 58.4 thousand. So this would be a very, very small range. And because it's a range, I am going to use a box, just like always. And this will give us more or less the area where price needs to hold and bounce off of. As you can see, it's not a very, very wide range, but it doesn't mean that the price really needs to come down here. This is just your perimeter. This is your warning area. If it doesn't hold, then of course we are setting up for more lows, and then potentially, I would just try to get out, let it ride up, and on the way up, take take the trade in the other direction. But okay, all this is a little bit premature. This is just a short term. Afterwards, we're going to do the long term, and this would be with this local low over here. But I think a 3-hour or maybe even a 5-hour chart would be better for this. But let's stick with what we got right now. So we have this local high over here sitting at 61.2, well 61.18, but we're rounding it off to one decimal behind the comma. I'm sorry. And this would give us 60,420 of that number. Go over here, 60,420. Good. Beautiful. All right. So I'm going to make this yellow. The next one would be over here because that's going to be a crucial one. If price starts to get above and make a higher high, we don't want to see a bearish divergence. Okay, so let's also set a range for this so that we know exactly when to bail out if the price surges and doesn't keep going. Okay, so this one is at 86.26. What do we do? 86.3 or 86.2? 86.2. And we got, oh my God, 66,350. That's quite a range. That's a range. Dear Lord. You know what? Not even gonna bother doing it like this. I'm just going to set a limit here. 600. That's quite some ways away. So do I think we can reach this in just one go? To be honest, no, I don't think so. This is really quite a way away. Honestly, I think yeah, I don't know exactly what to think. Making a new all-time high, perfectly possible. But I think we are gonna need to see a few stronger signals than that, because honestly, reaching from here 10% up higher, it's well, it's doable, but you know, I don't want to toot my horn too quickly. Okay, so you know what we are gonna do. Let's go over to the higher time frames and let's see what this crap something this yada yada yada. You have a cipher here. All this is looking rather okay for a continuation so far. Let me measure this high end here on the hour. Maybe it's gonna look a little more. It is already a few ticks away, so maybe this one did it a little bit better. 75. So yeah, it's still quite a high. 60. Okay. This one here, 48. Paris 58. 100. So I'm going to extend this or up this. As you can see, guys, it's not an exact science. sometimes you're just gonna have to deal with the things you get. Sometimes you know, you're gonna have to make an educated decision for yourself. Now what I do see actually is that over here we did get a bullish divergence, again another bullish divergence. So potentially this is just what has been played out, and the next rise up is just going to be stopped in its wake and bring it down again. So I think we're gonna have to keep our eyes on the next series of days to see how the price actually reacts on the way up. Okay, as long as we don't break below the let me see, as long as we don't break below 58,000, let's call it 58,500, things are still looking good and nothing bad is confirmed just yet. For now, even, you know, breaking down, we could still be in an uptrend as long as we don't break below 55,900. So we do have quite some ranges to play, and there are a few potential areas for support that are still coming our ways. Okay, so I wouldn't be shouting wolf just yet, which is, it's very important to understand the difference between being in a danger zone and being in a bad situation. Okay, so for now, everything is still shouting continuation to the upside. There are just a few potential ranges that should not get broken, or we are going to turn for a continuation to the downside. Okay, so let's measure this one off over here. Let's see what kind of a read we get, and maybe do that same thing on the higher term. So this one says 56,000. What? I'm going to make a box. 56,170. Okay. Let's make this one red one. There we go. Make this one also, you know, orange. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's go over to the 5-hour chart. Let's see what this one gives us. And we got 30.1. I just want to keep comparing this because the different time frames do give different. Make it 50. A. A over 2. Just so that you guys have the exact heights and the labels for any of the areas. Now look at this. On the 5-hour chart, this is not considered a local high. It's only this one over. So we're gonna have to measure this because I think this one is gonna be the more important. So this one is at 72.4. And yep, for the 5-hour chart, this gives us 62,000. think this is a much more reasonable, much more sense. Remember, this is a 5-hour. Okay, so even having the 1-hour chart go in and out of this box, it doesn't mean a thing. It's literally the 5-hour candles that need to go in, reject it, or go in and break it. Okay, so very, very important to remember these differences, because otherwise it doesn't make any sense at all. Also, this one does not show up on the it's not a local low on the 5-hour chart, so very important as well. How are we going to color code this? You know what, let me make this one red. Let's do whatever is 5-hour chart red. Did I measure this one? Just do it again for good measures. I think I did. 30.1. I did. Yes, 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 yes. All right, and then let's go back down to the 1-hour chart. Bring this up over here. And let's redo this one. We're going to make the 1-hour chart yellow. Sticking to the colors. There we go. Like this. And 61.2. Right, and this would be 1,370. Yes, Charles, indeed. It would be better for the long term to focus on the 5-hour chart for this one. Especially because we're ending the weekend. I think the longer term reads are going to be more dominant here and more important to keep an eye on rather than the short term reads. If that does make any kind of sense. So let's have a look at the 10-hour chart. Let's see what this one shows us. And yeah, for the 10-hour chart, I would say exactly the same thing. Basically, basically, it's very, very interesting, very confusing as well. This is 65.2, 5.7, and 66.8. So just not a bearish divergence. Potentially continuation to the upside. Potentially continuation to the upside. As long, of course, as we don't break the low on the RSI over here. All this is actually looking really, really good. Yeah, long term, I would suggest sticking to this pattern over here. I think this trend line is is really making the entire picture complete. Something like this. There we go. There we go. And this is this is an ascending triangle. So we all know that ascending triangles, especially at the top of a formation, are very, very strong and usually indicate a breakout to the upside. From what I see, especially the strength of the moving averages, the way the price reacts to bounces, gets bought up very, very strongly every time at a higher point. I do believe that there is more potential for uptrend than there is potential for a downtrend. So yeah, all this is actually looking really, really, really promising. Um, of course, like always, be very, very careful. Don't put money that you cannot afford to lose, just like always and in everything. But yeah, go slowly, make educated choices, make educated decisions. How would I play this right now? Potentially, I think this, like I said before, this is your opportunity to buy the dip. I think right here we are in a nice opportunity. Maybe this is going to be the bottom of the support. Maybe a little bit lower, dipping down inside the yellow box. But yeah, I don't think that we are actually going to see the price dip all the way. This thing is looking rather strong. Let's look at the accumulation and distribution chart. So what do we see? We see actually a lot of distribution that happened over here without price actually dipping really, really down. So I think this already could be a strong indicator that we are going to see the price move up a lot more. As you can see over here, we have that same pattern where the price is the accumulation and distribution chart is actually very strong in the red, but we don't see price actually coming down. So I think basically this is a lot of distribution being bought up again. Um, so yeah, I think I'm starting slowly to get a little bit of a grip on this chart. It's very particular. Like over here, we do have a very green area, but we don't see the price actually go up. So again, this means, in my opinion, that we are going to see price come down, and what happens, bam, it comes down. So I think this would be a very nice way to use this indicator when we see actually the indicator go to the upside, but price does not follow. Then eventually it's going to start dipping down really, really hard. Same thing if it goes really down and you don't see price going down in an equal fashion. I think this could be an indication that is more people buying up, buying the people who are selling up, and then eventually, of course, price starts to capitulate in the other direction. So yeah, like I said, give me a little bit more time with this indicator. I think it's a very, very interesting tool to use, but you need to find the right way to use it correctly to really, really get an edge and an advantage out of it. Let me remove this line over here. And we're not gonna be using this one anymore. All right, voila. I think we got it for today. Um, let's have a quick look at the dominance chart because, yeah, the dominance, Bitcoin dominance has not been doing great. It just keeps tumbling down, tumbling down further and further without ever being bought up. Now, yeah, I don't feel very comfortable using these indicators the way I do with the price action, just because, like I said, it's very experimental. I'm just trying things out on a live chart, so you can see how I actually do these experiments. As long as I'm not sure, I'm not ready to confirm or deny anything. But from here to here, we do see what looks like a bearish divergence. See these two, and ever since this one, the chart has just been in a continuation pattern, making lower highs, making lower lows, lower lows. So looking at it from this point of view, it looks like the dominance is going to dip down even more. Now, what does this mean for the Bitcoin chart? It doesn't mean actually that Bitcoin is going to perform really bad. What it does mean is actually that some altcoins are actually going to be catching up on Bitcoin massively. But not all altcoins. If you look at Tron, if you look at Litecoin, there are some coins really taking a dump. Even IOTA is looking in the red. But yeah, there are a few ones that are actually doing really good. Like look at Stellar Lumens. 5% on a 24-hour basis is really not bad. Linky Dinky, also 5%. Elrond, 11, almost 12%. And then we have the Doge. What the hell is happening with the Doge again? You know, guys, you've asked me 2 days ago what I was thinking about Doge, and, you know, still, I'm not feeling comfortable trading the chart. I've never felt comfortable trading the chart on Doge because it's such a low volume coin. Over here, of course, we do see what appears to be a very, very strong bullish divergence. And actually, yes, it did play out. Okay, this is really, really nice. My advice still stands. If you want to play the game on Doge, then wait until something really nasty happens and it looks like it's bottomed, and then buy small increments. You never know. If it's going up, it goes up and you make some profit. But yeah, me personally, I'm not really comfortable reading the chart on Doge. Just because, yeah, it's just being manipulated so much. I feel I don't know. Um, is this going to be real? Is this going to be sustainable? Or is it just going to be like one of these where it goes up really hard and then it just swoops out to bottom out again? How much longer are they going to play the game on Doge? That's also a good question. Like this one here, there's so many people who got wrecked and wrecked. There are some bullish divergences. Yes, it does work sometimes. Um, yeah, you know, I prefer to do the technical analysis on Bitcoin, just because I know there's so much volume behind Bitcoin. There's so many people trading Bitcoin, and also professionals trading Bitcoin, and this is what makes the technical analysis so much more trustworthy. Doge, yeah, you know, you could be lucky, but it could also be sucky. So yeah, my advice stands just on the dips. When it really dips and you want to play the Doge, then just go very, very small increments at a time. And, you know, just put money that you're comfortable losing. I don't know what your budget is, but just play it like this. It's like a lottery ticket. If it goes, it goes, and you make money. If it doesn't go, then, well, you know, hey, you tried. Okay, so this is my 5 cents on the Doji. Um, Binance is also doing really, really well. Although right now looks like we hit a little bit of a snag. We hit a ceiling. Question is it going to break through or not? There is some bullish divergence present between this area over here. Let me show it. Between this area over here and this one over here, which is really not bad. It's not super strong, but it's not bad at all. And remember, like I said, DeFi on Binance is really, really booming. It's they're building more and more new DeFi projects on Binance. gas fees are extremely low. They're pennies on the dollar if you compare it to Ethereum, where a whole Binance DeFi transaction can cost you above $100, which is retarded in my opinion. DeFi is it should be cheaper. Otherwise, there's no point. Um, so yeah, keep an eye on Binance Coin. I think it has potential on a fundamentals side of things. Also, right here on the chart, as long as we don't break any of these lows, I would say first one this here, or yeah, just look straight for that one over here. There we go, together with this low, the RSI. Those are the two areas you should be keeping your eyes on, and as long as this is respected, then I think Binance Coin is doing really, really great. All right. Now, finally, last but not least, let's look at the dollar. Because the dollar, what has the dollar been doing? It was doing great, and now it's taking a dump. Bearish divergence, bearish divergence. So yeah, potentially continuation to the downside. Well, actually, no. Bearish divergence over here, and bullish divergence over here. Now, yeah, which one is going to win? I think since we are on a downtrend, I think potentially a little bit more of a correction down, but eventually it's going to start getting picked up, but it's not going to be in the next 24 hours. And then let's look at the EME futures, the traditional market stocks. Yeah, bearish divergences as well. Continuation. Oh yeah, long as this high on the RSI is not being broken, then there is no such thing as a continuation to the upside, and it's just going to crumble down. But of course, again, let's not call it before it happens. Those are the lines in the sand that need to be crossed, or things are not going to happen. This is how you should be setting up for your trades. Look at the ranges, look at the limits. Try to think about what happens if and when these ranges are met, broken, or rejected, and try to picture all these kinds of scenarios beforehand. Then think about what you will do if one of these scenarios comes to fruition, and then you are set with your strategy. Okay, so remember to think in these different steps so that you don't get wrecked, so you don't jump on a train that left the station, and especially so that you are more comfortable taking your trades and then going away from the computer and knowing that things are going to be okay. So on this note, I'm going to wrap this video up. Remember guys, if you like this content, hit the like button. If you want to be part of the live stream and be able to ask some questions and do some requests for altcoins and stuff, you need to be on the live stream 5:30 p.m. UTC almost every day. Sometimes there are a little bit of differences, but I do make announcements on YouTube. So remember also to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, then you're always in the loop, and then you will be also part of the family, which is actually really cool, right? So I will see you guys tomorrow, same chart, same channel. Wish you a very pleasant day. Thank you very much.